Have you ever written a sentence and then stopped and thought, wait, should that be been or being? You're not sure, so you just pick one and hope it's right?
Oh, I know that feeling. And it happens to a lot of people, even people who have been learning English for years.
By the end of this episode, you are going to know exactly when to use been and when to use being. No more guessing, no more confusion, just clear, confident English.
Welcome to Master English Talks. We're so glad you're here with us today.
Yes, welcome. We are really happy you chose to spend this time with us. And today's topic is one of those things that looks small, but makes a huge difference in how natural your English sounds.
Exactly. Been and being. Two tiny words, right? But they come up all the time. In texting, in conversations, in job interviews, in everything.
So here's what we're going to cover today. First, we'll look at how to use been, what it means, when you use it, and what words it always travels with. Then we'll move to being, which is a totally different job, and once you see it, you'll never forget it.
And then we'll look at them side by side, which is where it gets really fun. Plus, we have a common mistakes section and a practice activity waiting for you later in the episode. Before we jump in, we want to hear from you. Drop a comment right now and tell us, which one do you mix up more, been or being? Just write been or being in the comments. It's quick and it really helps us know what to focus on for you. And if you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to Master English Talks. We put out new episodes to help you speak English more naturally, more confidently, every single week. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. All right, let's get into it. We're starting with been, because it's the one most people think they know, but actually get wrong in small ways. Let's go. Okay, so been. What exactly is it? Here's the simple answer. Been is the past participle of the verb to be. Now, I know that sounds a little technical, so let's make it super clear with a simple rule. Right, the rule is this. Been always comes after have, has, or had. That's it. If you see have been, has been, or had been, you're looking at been doing its job correctly. Think of it like this. Been never travels alone. It always...
All right, now let's talk about being. And right away, I want to say this. Being is a completely different word from been. Same letters, almost the same spelling, but a totally different job in a sentence.
Yes, this is so important. Don't let the similarity confuse you. Being has two main jobs, and once you know both, you'll always be able to use it correctly. Job number one for being. It works with am, is, are, was, or were to talk about things that are happening to someone or something. This is what we call the passive voice. The formula is am, is, are, was, or were plus being plus past participle. Let me give you some examples. The road is being repaired. Who is repairing it? We don't know. Maybe the city. But the important thing is the road. The road is receiving the action right now. My order is being prepared. The new office is being built. The report was being written when the power went out. I love real-life examples like that. Okay, think about this situation. You're waiting for food at a restaurant, and you ask the waiter, "Is my food ready?" And they say, "It's being prepared right now." That's being in action. It's happening at this moment, and someone is doing it, but the focus is on your food, not the chef. Or imagine you call a company, and they say, "Your request is being processed." You didn't ask who is processing it. You just want to know it's happening. That's exactly when you use being. Now let's compare formal and informal. In everyday conversation, people sometimes drop the passive and just say they're fixing the road. But in news, business, or more formal writing, you'd say the road is being repaired. Both are correct, but being in the passive sounds more professional and official. Here's a tip. First, if something is happening right now and you don't know or don't need to say who is doing it, use being. Second, if you want to sound more formal or professional, the passive with being is your friend. Third, always make sure am, is, are, was, or were comes right before being. Okay, now job number 2 for being. This one is really interesting. Being can work like a noun. We call this a gerund, but don't worry about the grammar term. Just know that being can start a sentence or follow a preposition. Like, being patient takes practice. Or, thank you for being here. Or,
All right, common mistakes. And I'll be honest, I made some of these mistakes myself when I was learning, so there's no shame here. We're just going to look at them, understand why they happen, and fix them.
Same. I used to say things that sounded a bit off and didn't know why. Once I understood been and being, everything clicked.
Mistake number 1, and this is the most common one. People say, I have being sick. Wrong. It should be, I have been sick. You cannot put being after have. Have needs been. Always. I have been sick. She has being tired. Wrong. She has been tired. Correct.
The reason this happens is that people hear being more often in casual speech, things like stop being lazy or you're being funny, so it feels more familiar. But after have, has, or had, you always need been, not being.
Mistake number 2. She is been working for 3 hours. This one is very common. It sounds almost right, but it's wrong. Is been doesn't exist. You have 2 correct choices. You can say she has been working for 3 hours, or she is being asked to work overtime. But is been, that's never correct.
Think of it this way. Is wants being. Has wants been. They don't switch. They're loyal to each other. Is and being, partners. Has and been, partners. Don't mix them up.
I love that. Partners. Okay, mistake number 3. Using being when talking about places or experiences. I've heard people say, have you ever being to New York? No, it should be, have you ever been to New York? Been is used for experiences and places you've visited. Being doesn't work in that sentence at all.
Another version of this mistake is I've being there before. Wrong. I've been there before. Correct. If you want to talk about places or experiences in the past, it's always been, not being.
Mistake number 4, mixing up the passive. People sometimes say, the project has being finished. Wrong. The correct version is, the project has been finished. Remember, with has, you use been. You only use is being or was being when the action is in progress, not completed.
So, the project is being finished right now. It's still happening. The project has been finished. It's done. Do you feel the difference? Say both out loud and really hear it.
Here's a fun one, and I say fun because it made me laugh when I first saw it. Someone once wrote, I am being a student for 5 years. Oh no, that should be I have been a student for 5 years. Am being describes behavior happening right now. Have been describes a state that started in the past and continues to now. Very different.
Right. I am being patient means I'm choosing to be patient right now in this moment. I have been patient for an hour means I've been waiting and staying calm for a whole hour. Context and time are everything.
And listen, don't be embarrassed if you've made some of these mistakes. Every English learner makes them. What matters is that now you know why they happen and how to fix them. That's the whole point of being here.
Exactly. You're here, you're learning, and you're getting better with every single episode. That's what counts. Now let's do some practice to make everything stick.
Okay, this is my favorite part. We're going to do a choose the correct sentence activity. I'll give you 2 sentences, A and B, and you have to pick the right one. Ready? Pause the video, say your answer out loud, and then keep listening to hear if you're right.
And don't just think it in your head. Say it out loud. That's how speaking practice actually works.
Number 1. A, I have been working here for 2 years. B, I have been working here for 2 years. Which is correct?
B is correct. I have been working here for 2 years. After have, we need been, not being. Simple as that.
Number 2. A, the new cafe is being built on the corner. B, the new cafe is been built on the corner. Which one?
A, the new cafe is being built on the corner. Is pairs with being, not been. Remember, is and being are partners.
Number 3. A, have you ever being to a live concert? B, have you ever been to a live concert? Go on, say your answer.
B, of course. Have you ever been to a live concert? Talking about an experience, been, and have is right there, which confirms it.
Number 4. A, she was being very rude to the customer. B, she was been very rude to the customer. Which is right?
A, she was being very rude. Was pairs with being to describe behavior that was happening at that moment. Was been doesn't exist.
And number 5, this one's a little trickier. A, being kind costs nothing. B, been kind costs nothing. Say it out loud, which sounds natural.
A, being kind costs nothing. Here, being is acting like a noun, a gerund, starting the sentence. Been kind costs nothing sounds completely unnatural because been can never start a phrase like that.
Great job. Now here's your challenge. Create your own sentence using either been or being and write it in the comments below. Make it personal, make it real, make it yours. Something like, I've been meaning to try that restaurant, or being on time shows respect. Whatever feels true for you.
And remember, don't aim for perfect, aim for real. If you try and make a small mistake, that's fine. That's how you get better. Real conversation is always more powerful than waiting until you feel ready.
Wow, what an episode. Let's bring it all together. Today was all about two tiny but powerful words, been and being. And honestly, once you understand the difference, your English sounds so much more natural and confident.
So let's do a quick recap. Number 1, been is the past participle of be. It always follows have, has, or had. It talks about experiences, states, and actions connected to the past. I have been to Spain. She has been working all day. They had been waiting for an hour.
Number 2, being has two jobs. First, it works with am, is, are, was, were for passive voice when the focus is on the receiver of an action. The car is being repaired. The food was being prepared. Second, it acts as a gerund, like a noun. Being confident takes practice. Thank you for being here.
Number 3, the two-question trick. Ask yourself, do I have, has, or had before this word? Use been. Do I have am, is, are, was, were before this word? Or is it starting a phrase? Use being. 2 questions, done.
Here's something I want you to think about. When did you first hear these two words and get confused by them? What was the sentence? Share it in the comments. We'd genuinely love to know, and it might even become an example in a future episode.
And if this episode helped you, please share it with someone who's learning English. Share it with a friend, a classmate, a coworker. The more people practice together, the faster everyone improves.
Don't forget to like this video, drop a comment below with your practice sentence, and subscribe to Master English Talks if you haven't already. We are here every week with new episodes to help you speak English more naturally, and we're not going anywhere.
You've done something great today. You showed up, you listened, you practiced. That's exactly what it takes to get better. Every episode you watch, every sentence you try, it adds up. We're proud of you, and we'll see you next time.